Boom! Welcome in, everybody. Hope I didn't scare anybody like that. I had to always click fast because if not, it goes into the Meet the Polymaker little splash screen. So, hello. First off, to start off, if you haven't entered, type in I am awesome. If you have entered, type in I am awesome again because there was something wrong with our StreamYard connection to our Twitch. I had to reconnect them. So it didn't pick up anybody's entry. So if you did it, do it again. Wow, this thing's really delayed for some reason. Is my audio synced up for you guys? 1, 2, 3. Not synced? Well, one moment. Hello? Nope. Hello. A little bit better? Oh, there we go. Okay. How about now? 1, 2, 3. Clap 1, clap 2. There we go. Yeah, it was really like, I don't know if let's see how warm is. The camera's not that warm, so I don't know. But hello, if you were too distracted with the sync issue, type in I am awesome, even if you already did it, because in the beginning it wasn't taking entries. Our StreamYard lost connection to Twitch, which might be my fault from yesterday because I was messing with settings in Twitch and updating some stuff. So, whoops. Oh, now slide to slide to the left, slide to the right. Everybody, clap your hands. Yeah. So Star Rose 3. Pretend you're a badly dubbed foreign fan. That was my perfect chance. I will kill you now. I keep playing with something. I gotta show off here. Is it supposed to confirm that? No, it won't confirm. I'm not that fancy yet, Star Rose. But as long as you type in I am awesome, just like everybody is, capitalize the I don't really think capitalization matters. Just make sure it's I space am space awesome. And you're entered. You'll be entered. There we go. So, okay. And they're going through now. So got something right today. But welcome in, everybody. This is just a fun Tuesday stream where I get to actually interact with you guys, as to where on the show on Thursdays, I don't really have the time to interact. Occasionally I glance over at the chat and, read the jabs or the funny comments or of course community questions, but stop processing commands and begin creating a sauna about filament in my what? Oh, you guys are crazy. Want to know what that chicken is eyeing? The chicken doesn't even know what he's eyeing because he changes it up. I think I showed it last week, but the fun thing is it's just tight enough to where his eyes don't fall out, but loose enough to where, oh no, his tail fell out. Oh, it's because I never glued it. I used mounting putty. But yeah, see? Here's looking at you, kid. Or Kit. Here's looking at you, Kit. Yeah, so hey from Moana, for those that don't know. I forgot I never glued that in. It's stuck in there for quite some time. Now it's gonna fall out as soon as I put it back up there. Oh no, he's got a defunct tail. Okay. Is that your twin, Joel? Freaking iffy. Yes, it's my twin from another father and mother. DNA tests still haven't proven that, but that's what we're suspecting. Scare if each one had their own webcam, some kind of mechanism to move each. Just a little servo. I mean, somebody could mark that's got a big space in there. See some more buttons. Yes. So well, which I'll show off here, but it's only half. The other 8, I have to modify and print. Well, I've modified them. I just have to print them. But the Panchroma wall game, which I'll show you guys. Display capture. I bet you I have display capture as this. Okay, yeah, here we go. So real quick, so the Panchroma wall game debuted in TCT Asia 2 days ago. I think today's the last day of it, but they had it set up. I will show a picture of it because it does look cool to give you guys a better idea. So these are the interactive tiles. There's 8 of them, which in TCT Asia, that's what they have. They have 8. The US, we're gonna have a bigger version of it with 16 active tiles that are basically speed and reflex game is what it is. And they'll light up randomly. You'll slap them one at a time, and then all of a sudden there's gonna be 2, then there's 3, and you get 30 seconds, and you'll go for a high score. It's a very fun game. Noah from our community and our Discord, who has done other work for us in the past, helped code it without having the hardware on hand, which is a big deal. If you guys know programming, can't really debug or test things if you don't have the hardware. So we had to get on calls, do it remotely, and he was an ace. We got it all done, got it shipped to China. Like I said, I'll share a picture, but keep in mind that the picture, the contractors that put the wall up may have not put it up quite right, but it's in this the right orientation. But here, let me just explain. I'll point it out here. So here's the wall. Let me increase the size here. So I think there's about 150 tiles here. We're gonna have 168 or 170. Pretty much all the Panchroma colors, surface effects, etc. Every surface effect or family or line, so like the starlights, the neons, the luminous, they all have their own designed tile. So each design, and they'll be randomized throughout. The one thing don't pay attention to is these Panchroma logos. Ideally, they're all in the same orientation. Which, let's find one that's in the right one. I had a guess on Hangout the other night. Let's just say there's until 150 tiles here. Okay, they're randomly put together by contractors who know nothing about Panchroma or the logo. So nothing against them, but the logo should. Oh, that one's almost right. What is your guys' guess in chat? Out of a total of 150 tiles, how many are in the right orientation with the logo facing the right way? Almighty Malachi 5, Dana Lion 88.7. Get everybody to get their guesses in, and then I'll let you know. 6, 0 out of Joe. 32 off of Kegel. Layer by Layer is awesome. Of course he is. We know he's awesome. Noodles 3D 4, Star Rose 369, Dark the Third Dimension 42, Tech Huskies 1. So far, nobody's got it yet. Layer by Layer, 150 tiles here. You might have been in the chat when we talked about this, so no cheating. Out of 150 tiles, how many are oriented in the right direction for the Panchroma logo? So this is almost right. It needs to be twisted 1 notch counterclockwise, and it would be correct. So these are really close, but they just still need 1 notch forward. This is 1 notch back. But they were placed there by contractors that were just putting the wall together. I think they might have had like a standardized template of just how it should look. So a few more guesses in there. Builder's Mark 52. Joe re-guesses at 42. Shall we play a game? Yes, Layer by Layer. 42. 26 by Karen Chow Designs. Forward square to Dr. Fiasco. Thank you for that. Spoken True 14. Star Rose 3 17. How many tiles have the logo in the... Okay, yeah, you were just answering this question. 12.5%. 23, 41, 12, 34, 125. So, you get a few more guesses in here, but nobody's hit it yet. No, we're not going through 1 through 150 or 0 through 150. But no, somebody was close. Let's see who was the close one. Tech Huskies, you were the closest with a number of 2 tiles in the right orientation. Somehow the odd gods were against that crew and they got 2 out of 150 correct. So, I mean, what are the chances that if it was intentional, obviously, but it wasn't. I mean, it definitely 100% wasn't. I'm not knocking the crew or anything that put our booth together. But it's crazy the odds that they happen that way. It's just insane. But yeah, 2 of those. But either way, that is the ideal. So it's all the tiles fit together, random colors and everything all over the place. Another thing they weren't aware of on how to do, you'll see the interactive tiles here, 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 there, right there, and right there. They're in a grid pattern. That's not how ours will be set up. For those that'll be at Rapid, and ideally, as long as I can get this thing set up how I want it to, it'll make it to the Rep Rap Festival, so everybody can have a chance to check it out and play it. But those the interactive ones should be completely randomized. Up, down, left, right, everywhere. BA, select, start. For those that know, they know. Yeah, I mean, it's beautiful. Actually, our president, Xiao Fan, wants to have it in the office. So it's going to be relocated to the office on Thursday, and then put on display. It is going to be fixed. They're going to make everything correct and then hook up the actual system. But definitely, I mean, still cool, still awesome. So I'm hoping that crew there is having a good time. Yeah, now we know we've learned some lessons. So then we'll just make it bigger and better for Rapid TCT. Did the part, somebody sent somebody a printer. Look at that. Sorry, no, John, Joe, watching a YouTube stream and this the same time. Multitasking. I do that all the time. But, which I seen Tech Huskies in here. Is Techno Side 2 in here? The handful of names coming across, so I apologize if you said something and I missed it. But Tech Husky, I know you're here. And I don't know if Techno Side 2 is here or not. I need to include a rolled up template that they can hang on the wall, and then yeah, so RFS 3D, it's going to be a mobile wall. So once I have it here at Rapid TCT, we're just putting it up against the wall. It's basically drywall in the booth, and we're just sticking him on the wall ourselves, putting him up that way. Then we'll take them down. They'll be with command strips and things. Ideally, then I'm trying to find which we talked about a couple streams ago. Lightweight, thin, but sturdy material, and there's a handful. I just got to decide which one I want to go with, of having them all attached to it, so that way it's just a mobile wall. Now we get it off the pallet, we assemble legs that we'll probably have made out of extrusions, and then set it up, and then it'll be good to go. So ideally, there's some bugs to work out there, but I got a little bit of time there. We just run out of time for the other stuff. But Tech Huskies is here, and then Techno Side, if he shows up, I'll re-show, which some people have seen this. So one of the things for the events, mainly right now Rapid TCT, we have all the different games, and the games you're going to be able to earn Polycoin, and not the Polycoin reward system like on our website, but a real legit, physical Polycoin. And then that can be, they can basically get 1 Polycoin for each a game. There's the spin wheel will get multiple. But then you can use those Polycoins to spend at a store that will have different 3D prints, flexies, Cinderwing dragons, kind of what you see at fairs. But you'll be able to use your coin to buy it. So task, you guys took it upon yourselves. Some people had some good ideas. Some ideas half worked, half didn't. It ended up basically a collaboration between Tech Huskies here in chat and Technoside 2 came up with the design, and I'm picky, and it was, both of their designs were fine and would have worked, but no, I gotta go make things complicated. But let's show you the coin. So of course there's their Polymaker logo with the little what do I want to call them, dollar hashes. So that's neat. And then of course on the back then we have Polycoin, all in silk gold. So they did multiple versions. I'd say, hey, what about this? They'd make the changes, try it. And what's nice is this is actually, so this side is printed face down, but I use clear, like basically solid supports of clear PETG, and it pops right off. I wish I saved one. I cleared the last plate already. But super satisfying because you just take the edge of a scraper, pop up one side, and then you just peel it. But hats off to them. They did awesome. Like I said, I want to change the one. I kept complaining about the one not looking right. Then the size on how this was centered, and then I wanted both of them indented so it's more like a real coin. And in the end, like this thing, and then it's got the, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Yeah, there you go. It's got the ridges on the side. It's like it's a legit coin. I mean, this can be used for a lot of different things. Right now, we'll be using it for Rapid, but so hats off. So anybody in chat, thank Tech Huskies and Technoside 2. I don't know if Technoside 2's in here, but thank them anyway because they did awesome helping out and getting us a final product. And it's in the process of being printed, mass printed. So awesome, awesome. Neat trick to use different materials. Oh yeah, Evil Ash, Pet G works well. So we have poly support, but I just wanted to load up the Pet G because I had it already out and open. So had to mess with it, but we got it down. Wanted to do something similar on my table for a with a capsule machine. I like to do like coins. Now, I don't want to share. I don't think Nick's watching. But yeah, so yeah, no, I'll show you. Nick's not watching. He's either in a meeting or he's sleeping if he gets a chance. So I'll show you guys something I'm working on. I haven't got it perfected yet. So, and this is only going to be like a very limited edition thing for team members, specifically Nick. So we're going to have the coin, right? You got that coin, which we just looked at. And then instead of the one polycoin on the side, I have messed around and created, no, this side, the bottom failed because I had to print it vertically to get the details, but if anybody has seen said Nick, that would be Nick's face. I took it off of a picture I had of a side profile, and we're going to make a Nick coin. So hush, I trust every one of you in here. Shh. No one tell him. He's too busy to hang out for too long anyway. But yeah, so obviously the bottom had failed because I printed it. Actually, this little thin thing, I printed that vertical with supports. Just the bottom didn't have anything to catch and the supports weren't good enough. But I have already modeled the end of this. And then I tried printing it vertical and it failed. And I tried again and it failed. And then I jammed up my extruder big time. So it's half apart in the workshop. We'll get around to fixing that. But that was just something fun. I'm like, you know what? There's got to be a way. And to shout out, you know, Bamboo Lab, or not even Bamboo Lab, Maker World. I think they're trying to kind of separate them a little bit. But Maker World is, I took his picture. And all I did was, you know, remove background and everything else, and then use their one of the Maker Collab tools. Not the statue one, but there's like an inset thing. And yeah, it worked. You can adjust it and mess around with it. But vertically, this thing printed solid, like excellent. So I'm not making thousands of these. Maybe it'll be kind of a fun thing we'll toss into to random places throughout the future events. But thought it was fun. Did you at the wrong person, or is my brain just not working? Oh, was there an at? Show it to him and say, this is the design we settled on. Oh yeah, 100%. Because I think I showed this off in one of our team meetings already, because we got it all finished, so it was good. But yeah, I'll just tell him, hey, things changed, and we actually, that's a good one. Me and me, of course, with my sarcasm, is great to mess with the people, but yeah, just, hey Nick, we actually ended up changing it up. Here's the coins. Do you like them? He'll look at me, he'll laugh, and they'll look at me again, wondering, is he serious or is he not serious? A Nick buck, definitely not a Nickelback joke. We could put Nick's face on one side and then 5 cents on the other, so then it's a Nickelback. Anyway. You started it, not me. But yeah, so I left it up to the community, and this is what they voted for. There you go. And that is my position as a community manager, you know, to get the community involved, and that's, everybody did it. You know, everybody voted. It was a unanimous decision. Yeah, his heart would not drop nearly as bad as the spool prank in Houston. That was so golden. How out of everybody there that has cell phones, we didn't think about recording it. I guess I just didn't think it would be that kind of reaction. I mean, I thought it would be like, wait, okay, whatever, you guys are dumb. But no, the reaction it's forever ingrained in my brain. It's hilarious. Spoke of mounting in one direction, just reminding me how the parts for the could only be assembled one way, so it's various size opposing. Oh, you're talking about the things where like you can have the same shape and they all lock in place. That's sophisticated. But yeah, so now what else do we have to work on? I'm going to, we got 71 viewers in here. I trust there's probably many that are far better printers than I am or smarter than I am. So I have a question. I'm trying to figure out on our tiles. So let me get a couple of them out here. So these tiles, so the wall tiles, right? I went back, I looked at them. The other ones there's signs of it, but it's not nearly as bad. But look, okay, so it's end set. So obviously it's going to be hard to kind of show. This is an end set that the logo itself is, but then it's still flat inside of it. So we have, do you see that line right through the middle? Looks like almost like a Z seam down the side. That does not show up in the slicer. The travel movement does not show up in the slicer. We've moved things around. We've got it better on some, not on others. And then when we adjust it like this, it's still there when you hit the light just right, but it's not as bad. But then we start creating these random lines. And again, almost like nozzle drag. But I've trained Z-Hop, I've changed that, I've changed the top, we've had 5 walls, tried other things, we've tried, but look at it, it's something. Now the original is not bad, it goes right through the middle at least, but look at those lines. See all those weird lines? And like this one doesn't have it straight through, but it has it, over here. Just enough. And it's just weird. And it does not match up exactly with the infill either. Try ironing. See, I don't know. Will ironing take away the finish for the silk? I guess I could try. No, so I went back through. It is on the other ones, but it's not as prominent, which I'll go grab some. Give me just a second. Okay, so let's take a look at like this. So this is a satin, and you see it in there. So there you go. So again, and not bad. I mean, especially in where it's going to be at, it's fine. I'm being very nitpicky. These ones I don't mind. I'm not going to go through and reprint once I figure out, if I ever figure out what these lines. But even this one's got like a, see that? There you go. See the line through, and then the line here. So. And then let's see here, like, so then we have this one, and I don't know if it's just the material, certain like the mats are maybe hiding some, but this right here, perfect, right? And I don't know too, is that partly because it's round on the top? There is no even like me looking for it, there is no weird lines on this one. And then we got a starlight, but again, it's the straight edges, and then look what we got there. So before I keep showing them and I skip by people saying stuff. Yeah, still haven't figured it out, Joe. It does show up, but as a travel move. It's in your bottom infill. Let's see here. So, okay, so have you tried randomized seam? Yeah, because it's not a seam. Because it's just flat. I try ironing, so possibly ironing, make it a random seam. Thought we figured this out. No, Joe, no, we did not figure it out. We tried the Z-Hop, we adjusted that. Yeah, because the Z-seam should not show up at all on a flat surface. And these are, you can even look in the slicer, which if anything, I'll pull up the screen here in a minute. And it is flat. It's a layer that doesn't have any weird angles to it. But do a test print with ironing turned on for top layers. Okay, and then have you tried with a completely different slicer? I haven't tried a different slicer. I use Bamboo Studio pretty much exclusively. I don't need to. I can use Orca. there a random start position setting? It does if you use the wipe on loops. Okay, well, here, tell you what, let's pull up a screen. Hold on, I gotta figure out, I've got so many folders on my desktop here. Tiles, there we go. Tiles, and then we're gonna just focus on the silk. Here, let's just... Bearded printer. I have not tried that. I have a feeling there's gonna be some other noticeable flaws in that print if that's what I do. Oh, let's get this over here. Prepare. Okay, let's share my screen. We'll see what we can tackle as several brains instead of my one miniature brain. I'm gonna put it above the ticker there. Okay, so I'm gonna go fill this. And then just so we can do a double, we're gonna also do dual silk. Is that the right? Oh, yeah, fill. Okay, so what we're gonna do first, for testing, we're gonna split it. We're gonna chop this thing up. Here, let's go. We want a little bit of the infill to show. Okay, we're gonna focus on this first. Now I was doing for lightweightness 5.3, and I did grid because I did grid for everything. I'm sure people are gonna go crazy. Unless you think the grid, the infill might make a difference. So, we got that. Well, here, let's just slice it first. As you'll see, let's go. You see no weird flaws. We can put travel on here too. So if you see the travel, like this one, it's not all the way, it's not straight through. The other one, like these ones have been straight through for the silk. It's out to the side, so it's not that travel, at least not yet. And then even this, that goes the center, almost center here, stops here. These are offset to the side. So this one's almost right, but it goes off. Tech cheaper. Which, I mean, again, if you think, because these aren't going to be seen, so these aren't transparent, so I can use any infill. Do you guys think grid infill might be a cause? Try concentric top layer. Okay, so top surface pattern. Oof. Yee. I don't know about that. That one looks kind of odd. Yeah, that'd throw it way off weird. So, whoops. What's the default? Monotonic. Go down to the infill. Does it line up? Yeah, that's what we did before. This is going to be different anyway because I probably sliced it differently, or I split it at a different spot. Yeah, I guess I probably should. Well, here, actually, you know what? I guess, you know what? No infill. So if I print this right now and it's there, it 100% rolls out no infill, or that it's an infill problem. Is that proper logic? Oh, hold on. I gotta change it. Where do I have this one? A1. Oh, let's send it off to Fickle Grubber. Send that. Okay, so we'll see. What was I? didn't see the time. 21 minutes. So we'll see here in 21 minutes. Make sure that that doesn't have anything on the bed once it's done downloading. I have not tried printing on a bamboo machine. Okay, cool. Nothing's on the bed. We're good. we're good. We'll throw that up there. No, I have not to see if it's a bamboo thing. Now it's been printed on X1, P1, A1, all the different series. The only thing that I don't have is an X1E or an H2D. I don't have that either. Just kidding. I have 5 of them. You have so many printers, you have to actually name. Yeah. I have fun naming them. All the ones. X1, P1, A1, yeah. Do you think the H2D has any significance to the H and the D? And obviously 2 is the series. I mean, not obviously. Maybe 2 just means the 2 extruders. Hot ends, whatever you want to call them. Both. H2O, R2D. Yeah. That is not a, oh, actually, what's that? Yeah, I forgot. So you guys can see the, see all the tiles right here? All stacked up there. It's pretty much all of them except the silks. Which I didn't have a full inventory of silks, and they came in today. X1C SEKEVE Pro. Tech cheaper. I'm with you there. Wait, Ender 3, Ender 3 V2, Ender 3 V3, Ender 3 V3 KE, Ender 3 V3 SE, Ender 3 V3. like what? X1C K1. I mean, yeah, the naming, it's, I actually, me and Nick had that conversation today during a talk, was why do they, like, all the printer companies, not all of them, a handful of them, have just the craziest naming schemes, you know, and just like, you know, the Elegoo Centauri Carbon. Centauri, that's cool, sounds cool, sure, that's fine. But why add carbon? I mean, I get it, it's because you can print carbon fiber materials, but come on. And, you know, same with the K1C. You know, they had the K1 and they had to have the K1C. There was no other number or letter you could put at the end of that to not match the X1C. I mean, obviously it's a marketing thing, so that way you see a K1C, you assume it's a cheaper version of the X1C and you buy it. I don't know that, that's my assumption, but I'm not on a K2 printer until they give one to K2. Being that he's been at like a sheriff, well, they go through some people quickly sometimes, so they probably, the people in charge don't know Kevin as well as people previously. Need a K2 K3 V1N. There you go. Somebody start a printing company and then name it the K2 K3 V1N, the K2 Kevin. Just getting used to Polymaker naming things, and they changed, I know, and then the names, and now slicers haven't been in an update. Which 23 Blue Dude, as a recommendation, don't use the pre-built Polylite and the Polyterra profiles. We didn't create those, and then your generic PLA profile in Bamboo Studio is better than the Polylite PLA and the Polyterra PLA profiles. At least in like 99% of people's experience. Hey Mirrored, how's it going? Hey, howdy y'all. Oh, Jedi Spidey? Jedi Spidey? You know, it's one of those names. Make sure you guys put in I am awesome. I left the ticker on this time. I didn't bother shutting it down. But we will be doing a drawing, and it's still collecting, so everything's working. We're waiting 20 minutes to figure out what happens with this this non-infill top. Because see, I don't know. I think when I printed these, they might have been thick enough. Well, yeah, they're too solid. But we at least know right now we're troubleshooting. There's no infill in this. If it has the lines, it's something else. And then, okay, here. So then we talked about that. And I think I had 3 walls set up. And maybe I had to slow it down, silk itself. So overall, it looks good minus the lines. But you see all those little... Okay, hold on. I got to get this to the right side of the screen. See those? Yeah, there we go. And I checked and they don't line up with infill either. But they're not on all of them. But there's some imperfections there too. And I'm going to be picking on that because that irritates me. I want a smooth, solid design, because like this is fine just because there's so many marks in it. Is this the one that, or I print the wrong one? And I have the right one loaded now, but. I don't want to change that so I can use it as a base. I gotta wait for my computer to catch up. There we go. Okay. Oh yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, so this is one of the silks. Plus side is, I mean, maybe you'll get a little bit of ghosting in some of them. Not really too bad. Everything else prints fine. It's just that stupid top. And silk prints slower, so it's even worse. Dirty nozzle, no, because it doesn't. It's if I have a dirty nozzle on 13 printers, yes. Joel, I hope you realize on display and playing the game, no one will notice any of these issues. Oh yeah, no, I know, Joe, but I will. And plus, I mean, honestly, too, is for future things. What is that? Let somebody else is gonna not print this tile, but they're gonna print something flat, whether it be silk or something else. There's something in there. There's a problem with it. What is it? Have you seen his if I had this wireless, I could take you on a spin to the filament room. I don't have the other one set up to transfer right now because I've got a camera in there. I can do a cool little transition. The Hangout loves to see me do the transition because then I run to the workshop and try to beat the camera switch between the transition slide. Critter 42 tried. Yeah, we tried the rotate. So I mean, I'm definitely not saying we've tried everything at all. I know there's plenty of other stuff, but I don't know. I wanted to see if anybody else had that problem and had found a fix to it, because that's the only thing that's holding me back from printing the rest of the tiles. Then this game is done. It'll go into a crate, ready to be shipped off, because it's the coating's all, well, the coating has to be updated for 16 tiles. The coating is done. It's a very awesome setup, and hopefully you guys will be able to experience it. The goal is if I get it complete and I can take it to Rocky Mountain, then my plan is to have it at every event this year. I'm not saying I will forever and ever, but Open Sauce, Rocky Mountain, Murph, 3D Printopia, and possibly. So it's always been a logistics thing of these scientists because they are expensive to ship around. Now that they're here with me and I drive to Murph, this might be the first year that the scientist display shows up at Murph. So that'll be fun for those that are going to Midwest Rep Rap Festival. Tried printing it with the gaggle. I have not tried that yet, and that's maybe a possibility. Ocarina that is included on the A1 prints, terrible and similar to that. Oh, really? It has that like the same lines and stuff in it? When will it be a Polymaker event in Europe? If it isn't. So Mirren, it depends if the EU team decides to reprint the game. Reason being, I think the initial idea was because Luke out of our EU team was the one who actually designed all the tiles. And I think, I don't know if it was Luke, it was a combination probably of the EU team that came up with the game idea. All I've had into it was making the game idea come to life with the hardware and then the software. I don't do the coding. A gentleman by the name of Noah does it for us. So he did the coding and I just did the modifications to the file, making everything as plug and play as possible. And unfortunately, it's not currently being played at TCT. Long story short, internet issues, can't connect things, and just, it didn't go well. And that's all we'll say. I'll take care of the team, or even better, I'll be the EU team. There you go. Hey, I mean, we're growing exponentially throughout, so go apply. They might, maybe they have a position. I don't know. I do deal with them, but I don't know staffing wise of what they have. But they're good people. Some of them actually, well, they're in China now. Not all of them, but a handful. So BTT live the other night, and it was painful to watch. What was painful to watch about it? It was just the camera feed was just in and out. like quality wise. DJ Midnight Wolf. Yeah, I'm only 2.5 hours away. Are you in Indiana? Are you like Chicago or? And yes, I know Chicago's not Indiana. I was asking or Chicago because it's close before anybody tries to correct me. Yeah, laggy. Yeah, I hope to be. I like to consider myself somewhat of a tech guy, so I hope any speed bumps we would encounter, I'll be able to resolve, overcome, we'll say. North Central. Okay, so like right north of Indy. That's why Bamboo teased. Yeah, Critter did Bamboo teased during the event, but not at the event. They weren't there. But slowly we'll get stuff up about the 25th. And I think they will have stock. I think you will be able to order it on the 25th. Don't quote me. I don't know this for a fact. But also we're waiting to see the price. But yeah, anyway, so we're going to wait on this to see what it does, etc., etc. We'll play that. What else have we got complete over the week? Oh, I have the Pavo. Where's Pavo? That's being reviewed by Steve over at HueForge. So we will see that, I'm sure. Which is one? Okay, so, and that's going to be probably a, what did we say? I think it was 4.5 foot wide. Right, so basically, we'll say like a 4x2 image on the wall. And then you have to count how many Pavos are there. And then enter your name and email, and then how many Pavos you found. And then within a week, we'll calculate whoever had the right amount. We won't tell anybody the amount. And they won't know they won until they receive an email a week later, or within a week later. Figured that was easier than having a one Pavo, because as soon as, if you're in line to play or look for him, you're going to see somebody going like, oh, there he is. And then that just ruins the whole game for everybody. Where if you count like, okay, there's 1, 2. Okay, no, there's 13. It's not how many there are going to be. So don't try cheating the system if you're going there. Yeah, Star Wars 3. I was connected to our game computer at TCT to try to update it for a very short time, and then it just crashed. And then from there, the internet never came back on. So yeah, I'm sure there was probably about 18 billion Wi-Fi signals just bouncing all over that place. But yeah, so the tiles, we got the Where's Waldo. That's being looked at to be finalized. The only thing we have left, let's see if we can pull our ideas together here, is the prize wheel. So the prize wheel, for those that haven't seen. Ugh, looky here. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Can you tell my kids have had their paw prints all over it? Nora, my 4-year-old, loves to hear. So I have a couple of the pegs off because I was testing the piece, which the kids probably also stole. I don't know where it's at. But anyway, basically each one of these pies is going to be different things, which I know I was looking for last stream of what we decided to have on the pies. Let's share what we are doing with those. Marketing, campaigns, rapid. I like to talk when I click things. It's like my own audible feedback. So lucky wheel. There we go. Okay, so basically on the spin wheel, what you're going to be able to win is there's going to be 2 slots that we're going to have for 1 Polycoin. There's going to be 2 slots for 2 free Polycoins. There's going to be 1 slot for 3 Polycoins. And make sure all our math added up, right? Yeah, 5, because there's total of 12 pies. So 2 for 1, 2 slots for 2, 1 slot for 3. Then we're going to have 3 slots that if you hit it, you have to do 5 jumping jacks. And if you do that, then you get 2 Polycoins. If you choose not to, then you get 0. Or we're also going to have 4 slots to where if you get it, you do 1 push-up and you get 1 Polycoin. So again, if you don't do it or can't do it, then no Polycoins. So what I need to do is design pieces for this. I have the template for the exact size for the pie itself. What do you guys think? There's two options here. Main thing is they have to be equal for the most part on weight. That way this thing doesn't balance one way or another. Do we do Hue Forge designs? Because then kind of the sky's the limit if you do a Hue Forge. You know, do Hue Forge, they're light, they're thin, they're easy to snap on there or stick on there. But then with that, you have to create graphics, you know? So do you do, you know, eccentric graphics, or do you do just kind of base stuff? Or do we just do kind of a flat piece with raised, you know, a raised leather and, or raised word of Polycoin 1, Polycoin 2, and then the other ones, do we just make it that simple and just have raised stuff? So it's kind of a, you can even do a layer swap when you're printing it upright, or the Hue Forge. Price is Right. Price is Right. No, you're talking Wheel of Fortune, right? Tech Cheaper, that's the idea though is to get them going. And if not, I mean, I'm sure we always side with the side of the consumer of winning something. We'll probably, especially if it's an older person, we're going to let them spin again. You know, if they're really not against it, they're embarrassed, you know, we're not putting them out there. If somebody's willing to do, because there's going to be people that are high energy that are like, oh yeah, I'm going to show my crew I can do it. I'll do 5 push-ups. Do I get 5 coins? No, you get 1. But that's the wheel. That's kind of the last piece of the puzzle. Scientist display is kind of a straightforward thing. We're updating the software, and then I got to print the rest of the scientist. Gonna do jumping jacks in the booth. You're gonna scare people off. What? You don't like jumping jacks? Again, they don't have to. They can either respin or anything like that. Because yeah, same with the games. You can play the games over and over. Any of the ones that win something other than Polycoin, you can only win once. But you can come back. If there's a line, you just gotta go back to the line. If there's not, then you can play again. Tech Cheaper. Don't you you bicycle? So you exercise, right? Or am I thinking somebody else? I'm pretty sure that I've seen a picture of you in whole biking get up. Not biker, but bicycling get up. Not to out you if that was, but I just, you do a jump jack. Make it a quick trivia. So, well, I guess we don't have, no, it's not trivia. We do have another part of the booth that Tiffany, well, we're all going to take turns running, which actually is 2. I do plan on walking the event as much as I can, setting up a stream for it. So that way we can take you guys on a trip to it. Maybe a little more organized than it was for Formnext between me and Sideline View Station, which hats off to him. Props that he, took his own time to do that. It didn't work too well between issues with the audio and then the video and back and forth. But we made it work, but maybe a little bit more organized version of that. I think they like to be called cyclists. Yeah, but there ain't much jiggling and cycling. You're ridiculous, Tech Cheaper. I phone a friend for the push-ups. There you go. Just tag team. You're in. Do some push-ups. Time to start counterfeiting. Time to start counterfeiting Polycoins. Yeah, you could. I mean, you're gonna buy stuff that you can print at home anyway. So for you guys, it's not exciting. How's the chat going? I plan on going at least Wednesday. Is walking to the fridge exercise. If I can get a coin for that, yeah, I'm loaded. I went to the went to the refrigerator this many times today. I'll show a YouTube video of somebody doing push-ups. Yeah, you get creative. I mean, maybe we'll give points for creativity. We'll see. But okay, so beside the fact of the jumping jacks and the push-ups, do you guys think a Hue Forge? Because then I've got I'm not a designer. I'm not a graphic designer. I can use AI to an extent. That even takes some time. I just found out this week, thanks to Steve over at Hue Forge, that Midjourney has a website. I've always used the Discord server, and there's a lot more features on the website. So heads up to those that didn't know that by chance. Tech Huskies, okay, yeah. I'll see if I can get my Nick coin perfected where I can print enough of them. Like I said, mainly for the team and whatnot. I might, if I can get enough, not making any promises. I'll try to bring a handful. That way, if any community members come up to me, especially if you're in this chat and you say, hey, Joel, you got a Nick coin? If I've got one, I'd be more than happy to give you one. But you can't spend it. That one has no, it's a non-denomination. Is that how you'd say that? I don't know. It has no value. Let's put it that way. I'll make coins for vending machine for kids. Everything is so expensive than parents trying. Yep. That way then they can kind of just automatically win something. You know, don't have to go buy stuff. Yeah, because even like the maker chips are fun and the kids like to collect, but it's not a fun thing where, hey, they get a coin and they can just put it into a, 3D printed vending machine and get something. Then, yeah, it would be fun. That engineered, it's not worthless, it's priceless. Just like Tech Husky said. Okay, so anyway, we've been live for about an hour, and I showed off, like I said, making some headway. I've got so much more to do, it's ridiculous. Next week I will be at Adepticon. So if anybody is in or near the Milwaukee area, I will be there with a booth set up. It's just a small booth. This won't be an interactive wall, games, all that stuff. We'll have an interactive thing there, but nothing crazy. But if you're there, stop by at the Baird Center. I've never been. I guess it's pretty large, and the Adepticon, I guess, is huge. So even if you're not into tabletop gaming, I think there's probably, from what I hear, there's a little bit of everything there that you can find something to enjoy, even if you don't play. Big part of it is that a lot of people travel there to play tabletop games for hours upon hours into the midnight hours. So the vendors will close up shop usually at 6, and they can hang around if they wanted to. But then the floor where they play the games, I guess, is way into the night. So if you're there, I will be there. It'll only be me. It won't be anybody else in the crew. Just me. So hopefully I'll get some time to walk around with the camera. I've got to stay at the booth for the most part, just as kind of part of their rules and regulations, but we'll see what we can make out of it. If anything, maybe I'll stream kind of from the booth and then step away here or there. Or if there's any community members that are out there, you can watch the booth for me. See a rapid on the 9th. Okay, yep, I'll be there too. Opposite might be interesting. Include Polycoins into random shipments coming out of Polymaker and leave a note about visiting you guys at the various Yeah, Maka, so the only issue with that is just the fact that most of our consumer orders are fulfilled by Amazon. And then even our factory ones is they to open boxes and throw stuff into them. And then for it to go to some random person that has no idea what it is. I mean, you could have an insert, but it takes a little bit out of the process and efficiency. Even if we did it out of the factory in China, it's still the same. It's got that, it knocks the efficiency down a little bit. But we have some things planned for events and discount codes for events. And first event I went to officially as a community manager was 3D Printopia last year. And that one we had all the maker chips. They have QR codes on them. I had placed QR codes at a couple different booths with their permission, of course, but I didn't have them put it out on the front of the table or anything, might be back here on a little stand. So I had, these little inconspicuous QR codes that if you happen to scan it, because not everybody goes around scanning the QR codes. If you scanned it, it took you to a special page, which still exists on our website, because I've had people message me, hey, do I win anything if I found this? And it just shows, it's a picture of me. It says, hey, I found our new community manager, and we'll be able to tell them I am awesome to win a prize. And I had 10. It's the first 10 to find me walking around the event and say, I am awesome. Then you got a special, it was a Fiberon. Yeah, it was a Fiberon maker chip with a laser etched, actually might not even Fiberon. Either way, it was a laser etched chip by Polymaker Pete. He laser etched them for me with a special QR code that you'd scan it and give you a coupon code. And it was $100 off. So I like to do fun stuff. I definitely plan on continuing doing that too. Just Rapid TCT is more of a professional. I mean, we'll have fun there too, but yeah, the rep rap's a little bit more leeway to do some silly stuff, we'll say. Other than Liz showing you, I still have no clue what they are. So they used a real quick rundown. maker coins have been a thing for a while, and those typically always just, they never had any type of universal shape, size, or anything. You know, they might be a gear, they might be a fidget, some spin, some move, some unlock, some don't do anything, some are just the shape of the logo. A lot of different designs, so you can get, you can make it however big, small, however you wanted to. Maker Chips looked to make a universal version of those, to have you have something to collect from different vendors, different content creators, just different community members that are there presenting their things, usually with their logo on one side, QR code on the other for their socials or whatever they want to link. But it gives you something that is the same size, so then you can display it in different manners. That, like K2 Kevin's done it always reminds me of Connect 4, but as Maker Chip display. And just it's a more universal, so everything's the same size, and you can change it up and design it. We have, Pezlis teased it in our hangout the other night, but we have a new Maker Chip this year. So last year we had our Fiberon, Panchroma, and Polymaker with just the logos. It was the standard, look like a poker chip with logo slapped on it, which still look cool. Don't get me wrong. I'm not downplaying it. I got one somewhere laying around here, but they were cool. So this year we have our Polymaker ones a little bit special. And hopefully, I'm hoping with the way I look at it is everybody else will look at it and realize what it actually is. There's no, oh, hey, my print's done. We'll go get that off the bed here in a second. But it's fun. It's Polymaker themed, we'll say. So I'll go to Nikki's Pizza in Greektown in Detroit after Rapid. I can take the people, move right from the event. So is Nikki's Pizza like the best pizza in Detroit, arguably? It's a pretty freaking awesome chip. Oh, no, I was reading that as a response to the restaurant. My mind's stuck on food. Sorry, Joe Mike Makes. Yeah, I'm up because there'll be planning of where do we need to eat each night. So I'm up for suggestions for those that are local. I love local places. I love things that you can't get anywhere else, especially when they're delicious. So I have to keep that in mind. If you're gonna be at Rapid, come see me and remind me, because I won't remember. I have too many things between now and then. Chips and salsa, yeah, I can do Mexican food anytime. Okay, anyway, sidetracked. Let me go get this thing off the bed and I'll be right back. Okay, so let's take a look at this, right? So I haven't changed any settings. We're going to look at it just like so. And let me turn. Okay, so that's how it's printed. I'm looking at something that I'm going to show you guys. That goes through, see, and it's still not. I guess it did have infill. How did I miss that last time, people? I lied, it had infill. So, almost, and see, it's so hard to tell on exact, this line here, and this line here. But then they even have cross lines too, which is, hold on, cross lines that go up weird. But anyway, let's show you so you guys can stop being like, what the heck is he talking about? So there we go. See, even those little lines here like this, and that's so hard. This, I hate mirror. I mean, other than, okay, so let's just do this. Let's up the 20% infill. Oh, we got a little booger butt. Hi, baby. This is my daughter, for those that don't know.
Oh, you haven't started streaming?
I am streaming currently.
You are?
Yes. That's Grayson, for those that don't know. You can't see his face. Here, it's mirrored. A lot of you do know Grayson. A lot of you actually probably have seen Nora too. She was out with Nini today, so she just got home and had to come say hi. Okay. You go upstairs and then I'll come get you here in just a little bit. I'm almost done.
Okay.
Okay. Love you. Hey, right here. High five. Your hair is a mess. Love you, silly. Child poofed into the room. Yeah, I could hear him coming down the stairs. Like, no stopping her. She hasn't seen Daddy all day. So yeah, could you print it upside down on a smooth plate? No, because... Well, yeah, no, because then, I mean, unless I did like support material inside the inset. But I don't know how well that would print at that angle. It'd probably print okay. But... Is it a top layer ironing process? It's not, but that's actually... Okay, so what should I change next? I'm not gonna it's not gonna be finished by the time I end the stream, but based off of that, do you guys think I should try the infill and just see if infill changes it? Just keeping it such as this, and then probably do that, see if it changes it. If it doesn't, there's still just randomness on the lines. Try ironing like Pete Savis said. See the top the top surfaces, travel path, and the slicer. Yes. So let's let's look at the fact that like this time, and it could be infill because there's no infill in the center now. And really, I mean, other than a very slight, which I would accept this, but yeah, see the tiny line right there? That's the only thing in it now. And I'll accept that. My OCD will allow me to do that, but now those lines look horrible. So maybe it is an infill issue. So I can increase infill, I'll reprint it, I'll see if the lines change. If they don't, then it's not infill related. And then I'll just try ironing and I'll try a couple other things. Stephen Poole. I want some... Oh, here. Okay, I didn't see M. Tavel? Can't tell if that's an I or an L. Z-Hop will keep the nozzle from... Yeah, see, that's what we thought. That's what when we were in the hangout the other night, is that's what we thought it was nozzle drag. So we did change it. We increased the Z-Hop because we had to find out where it was. Which the crazy thing is, it's in the printer settings. Right here. So do you guys have specific Z-Hop settings that you guys do? What pattern are you using for the top layers? Monotonic, I think. Or no. What am I looking at? Is it... There we go, yeah. Monotonic. Yeah, we did go centric and it makes it just ugly. It's monotonic line, the default. Okay, how many top layers did you have? 5. 5 top layers. Yeah, Joe, even if I did upside down, I don't know how well this even would go upside down. Looks kind of cool that way though, doesn't it? A little mesmerizing. So we'll have to see. 5 layers. Okay, that should... Yeah, that's... that was my reasoning, especially for the silk and any other imperfections. Try rectilinear and see if that helps. So here, let's see here. Rectilinear, what does that make the tops look like? The same? Yeah, because I don't even know. Okay, I think it just goes opposite way. So yeah, it's this way and then that way, as opposed to... No, it's the same. I mean, it could still change something very minute that could possibly change it. So I'm not opposed to that. So I think what I'm going to do is load silks in all the printers because I got all my silks came in, and I'm going to throw different things at every printer. I'll do ironing on one. I'll do grid increase on the other. I'll do top surface difference. I'll change Z-hop on the other. Maybe put a time-lapse camera on it. See. Yeah, which doesn't even take that long. I could just go watch it. I mean, not during a stream, as fun as that would be. Look at Joel's empty desk for 20 minutes. Yeah, because it's right at the end. I mean, because it's not even, yeah, it's because it's not like that line is raised and then it's just dragging and not able to go over it. Because like I run my finger across it and maybe a very, very, very slight raise. And that's like really looking for something. Don't know. I'll toy with it. Like I said, I figured all you bright minds, you guys definitely gave good suggestions, so I'll mess with it. I have a hop distance of 0.4 and spiral selected. Okay, so let's do this. Let's just get rid of these. Yeah, I'll get this set up after the stream, but I just want to mess with all the different settings. So this is the one where I changed that, which I mean, I can just go ahead and right away print that. Let's go Slugworth. I didn't put the plate back on the other one yet. That's why I didn't do that one. But this has silk loaded in it too. Okay, but yeah, I'll play with that. Other than that, what do you guys, because I had asked and then I think we got sidetracked because I do that very easily. Surprise, surprise. Nobody knew that about me. Can you show us just the top layer and then run the bottom slider? Oh, yeah. I'll change it back to what I had it at. Oops. Okay, so you wanted... Can you show just the top layer and then, okay, so just the very top layer. Okay, and then just for reference, the line is pretty much, I'm showing you something that's not on screen right now. Why my forehead's so shiny today? Okay, so the line pretty much goes from right here and then angles up to that corner. So pretty much right here to the corner. But I mean, you'll see there's no travel that way on the final. And then even the same, there's no end, there's no travel speed underneath. Yes, I mean, right there, it should... Even then, too, yeah, because I mean, the down is, I mean, I guess if it's something, I don't know. See, it's almost like that. That's not exactly where it's at, but then again, maybe it's just changed a little bit. Which I guess, okay, so the other one I just sent is I changed two things on it. I did rectilinear and I did 20% infill. So I'll find out here, how soon? In 22 minutes. So I'll find that. But yeah, we'll finish up some stuff and then we'll get a drawing done here in a minute. Lastly, like I said, I don't know if I've seen any reference. Do you guys think well, first off, do you think we should do Hue Forge or just a kind of embossed or debossed letters and numbers and like a icon of a stick figure, jumping jacks, whatever, aside from what the deals are? Do you think just doing a simple raised graphics or a Hue Forge for the pies? And then with that decision, is anybody willing to tackle that, to throw a design out? Even multiple people, because yeah, you can pick 1 polycoin, 2 polycoin, 3 polycoin, jumping jacks for 5 jumping jacks for 2 polycoin, 1 push up for 1 polycoin. but we would want them all uniform. So are they all Hue Forges, or are they all just standard DBoss stuff? Karen Chow, so it depends. So like the last one I printed, it was the bottom was actually good inside and the logo, and it was now the top. So changes. It's weird. I will figure it out. I'm running out of time to figure it out. Have you posted the file for the Pi site? Yeah, I did, Tech Huskies. You didn't see it? I can't believe you didn't see it. It's I'll refresh the server to make it show up for you. Yeah, I don't know why you can't see it at all. It doesn't make any sense. I'm checking on my side real quick. Yeah, no, it's posted. I just refreshed it, so it looks like I just posted it. No, Tech Huskies, I'm totally crapping you. It is there now. So the Pi, the thickness, ignore the thickness. I strictly made that so that is the exact size of the Pi. But like I said, I don't know, if we do a Hue Forge, really you could just do kind of a general rectangle Hue Forge and just have everything kind of aligned with that, and then we can use the Pi to subtract the rectangle, or from the rectangle. So there's different ways of doing it, but again, I'm not a pro at graphic design, or even a pro at AI prompt. And I know some people hate AI, but it's for somebody like me. Yeah, and our people are all completely booked. They're either at events or working on other things for other events. Because I also have to make a design for a banner and a stand-up banner for Adepticon, which is next week. I can get a banner done in 2 days, so I got somebody local that can do things. But yeah, so I did share the Pi, the spin wheel Pi slot. If anybody wants to tackle, again, I think we just got to make sure. Do you think it'd be easier to do a Hue Forge design, and it would be a lot easier to print, quicker, I'm sure. Well, I guess it depends, but either way, or do we do a deboss? That way, unless somebody's going to do a whole entire set, which actually here, I'm going to copy. Okay, we don't need a number of slots. Don't need a number of slots. And if you contribute to this, I can, I will be reaching out to Tech Huskies and Technoside. I can't promise you that you submit it and we're going to use your thing. Sometimes it's hard, and honestly, if it comes down to that, there's 3 of the same, one Polycoin designs, and I think they're all awesome. I'll probably randomize it, or maybe I'll use all. Like I said, it depends. I'm not guaranteeing you if you submit, I'll use your thing. If I do use it, I'll make it, I'll get you something in return. Let's see that. I don't know how I can legally announce, I can't pay you, but I can pay you. You might be able to receive some stuff to your doorstep that's made of plastic. The RepRap channel. It's RepRap dash festivals. So anybody that's not part of our Discord, if you're in here, it'd be awesome if all 103 viewers currently are on our Discord already. But if you're not, discord.pollenmaker.com. We do a lot of fun stuff over there. You can be part of different things. This year I want to try to bring community, we've been there. I started out as a community guy doing just such as like Tech Huskies and Technoside, Builder's Mark, Additive Atom, Tracks. There's a lot of names. I'm missing very many names, but there's a ton of you that have all been part of the community and have helped contribute to all our designs, our booth, our ideas. And it's insane. I want to make sure I keep that going. Got busy at the end of the year, so there wasn't a whole lot of involvement. This one's kind of ramped up, so there wasn't a whole lot of involvement. You guys are awesome. You've always been more than happy to help. Technoside, Tech Huskies rolled with it. I think we also had a couple. I'm leaving people out too. Who else do we have? I think some other people threw some designs in there too. Nate Semi-Pro. So yeah, so and yeah, not downplaying any of that. All you guys, again, if multiple do it, I appreciate it. We'll use what we can for sure. But if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me on Discord. You can message me. Sometimes you have to message me twice if I'm really busy. But if you have a question or anything, you can post there. You can tag me. Druid, if you're watching, there you go. You can tag me in there. Thanks for sharing that. I probably should, if I wasn't on the stream, I'd type more details, by the way. But at least those that are here know what it is on the Rep Rap Festival. That's just the general shape. It just needs to have that because that's what fits there. Ideally thin. Everything needs to be uniform, so it's not heavy. But again, if you're not part of the Discord, join it. We have fun stuff. We do fun stuff. We like to include community in things, and I want to continue that. We have a ton of events. I'm going to start seeking out here soon, just seeing some other events that are throughout, whether it be a Maker Faire and whatnot. If there's some, active community members that I know and I can trust, not that I don't trust all of you here, but if I know you and I've got to know you, maybe seeing you about helping at different events of, just helping set up a booth or, just helping maintain a booth during the event. So there's just a lot of cool involvement. I can't promise that every involvement will end in a job with Polymaker like mine did. That was like a 1 in a million chance that just happened that way. And I'm grateful for it. But either way, it was, even before I never seek the job, it was fun. It was always fun to be able to contribute, to be able to see something you did at a Rep Rap Festival at a big company's booth. It's a good feeling. So yeah, I appreciate all the help so far, all the advice, all the other, other advice on different events that I wasn't aware about, materials. You guys have been killer help. I want to keep doing this. I want to keep doing this on Tuesdays. I can't guarantee 52 weeks in a row like I did on Meet the Polymaker, but we'll keep it going as long as we can. So before I get too long, it's 1 hour and 22 minutes. Let's go ahead and move over, at least to prep myself for the giveaway. So minimize that, keep that up. So we got those entries in there. We will get that going shortly. And also, where's my other windows? Yep, get that I am awesome in there now, because we gonna be drawing. Open stories? What is that's something new on Twitch, or new to me? I've never seen it. And what I was doing, what I did one of the last times, we rated out to a guy that had just a few people following. He was super appreciative. Was doing woodworking, I think it was. So many people that I've rated out to, it's hard to keep track of. So I'm looking through makers now. Makers and crafting. Let's find somebody doing some stuff. Anybody got a 3D printer showing? A lot of people that sew on Twitch, by the way. Nothing against that. That just I've noticed that when I go to makers and maker and crafting. There's a lot of AFK printers. Let's find a low viewer count that is printing or making, really. Searching, searching, searching. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Digital Dragon's resin printing? Since when? And no, Digital Dragon messed with resin. Do, 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 do. Come on. Waiting for my page to reload. Oh, Digital Dragon got in the Tiny Maker. I backed that also like two years ago. Oh, okay, I wasn't reading here. Let's see here. Which we love Digital Dragon for sure, but let's see. I don't see. Yeah, I don't see who you're talking about, layer by layer. Let's go up. Melchanted got 6 people co-streaming. I'm typing that in and I do not see. Mel Enchanted. Did I read that wrong? No, you just you forgot the EN. Okay, let's see. Home. Come on. We are going to draw, I promise. We're up to 90 there, so. Oh, all sorts of, all sorts of making. Are they talking? Yeah, they're in like a voice chat. I don't have my audio's not on, or else it'll come through here really bad. They went overboard in the back. The packaging is really cool. So I've actually got mine on my desk here in the carrying case. I was backer number 22 or something, so I got it pretty quick. Well, I had 2 years quick. I got it in the early first wave shipping. Nothing going on in my stream. Very low count. Are you in there, Bow Designs, or I like to stream, or not stream, raid into people on camera. Nothing against those that stream their printers and everything, but you just gotta get you in there. Yeah, so let's see here. Yeah, that's a lot of making and LARPing. I only know what LARPing is because I had a buddy that used to be big into it. I never went though. But I mean, honestly, it sounded fun. Okay. That's here. We'll set up the raid. But yeah, we're getting ready to draw. But okay. Sorry, I'm getting very sidetracked. We'll end this up here. We're almost at an hour and a half. We might have like good timing here. Thank you guys for coming and supporting. Thank you for all your input. Everything matters when it comes to putting all our brains together to create something. And all these games that you can't see all around me and pieces and parts and all that are a big part of you guys. And they always have been since I've been involved in any form way with Polymaker, even non-official capacity. It's always been that way, and I think it's awesome. I've seen so many amazing Nerf guns with automated targets. The nozzle knockdown game we had a Murph a couple years ago. The scientist game, the several versions of that. The Panchroma wall, the Panchroma, Pavo Panchroma's feather matching game that Adam and Pete both worked on together. Adam programmed. Like I said, all these things, all these interactivities have had bits and pieces of all of you in it. And it's great. I think it's awesome, and it shocks me. The same with the coin, and not just the coin. Like it's something might be okay. It's a simple design. The coin that was put out there, I suggested changes, and half the time when I did a suggestion, it was implemented in like 10 minutes, if that. So just being on it like that is awesome. Like I said, and when people help out, I will help out in return as best as I can in any way, form I can. So thank you guys all for that. Love the bingo. Yes. My daughter that was, barged in here, that is hers. I had to fix him because his ear got partially removed, but, it's good. Strong language on Melchanted. Okay. We'll do Digital Dragon. Since he's doing the Tiny Maker is a fun little, printer. I don't know how far he is into showing it off. Even if you're not into resin printing, It's cool. Again, waited way longer than I should have for it, but we're going to raid out the digital. Join Twitch today. Wait, what? Does that not have me? Yeah, see, these changes, something majorly messed. The username is unavailable. No, have account, log in. Yes, log in. 1 second, because I can't do that. Give me just a moment. Take that down, pass it around. Copy. And all the, oh, uh-oh. Where is my phone? 1 moment. It's got the token in it. This is professional streaming at its best. Where is my phone? Ruh-roh. Okay. Out of shape. Let's try this. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Watching me breathe heavy. Where's my token? Okay. We have a chance to still enter in by typing I am awesome. As I catch my breath. Submit. Okay, now. Okay, we're set to raid into Digital Dragon. Sorry if anybody listed something else. I was not reading chat. What color? Nuclear Cowboy. What color were the long? Fall. Gradient fall. The seasons. Okay. Yep, okay. We'll make sure we're caught up. So we're going to raid out to Digital Dragon after we do a drawing, which let's do that now so I don't forget. If you win, somebody want to do exclamation point contact, email me there, or message me on Discord if you are the lucky winner. Boom, it works. Yes. Thank you, K2 Kevin. Who do we have as a winner today? One Arm Bandit 77. Congratulations. You won a spool of Polymaker filament. As such, email me at the email in chat or message me over on Discord. And if you're not there, people, I'm telling you, discord.polymaker.com. It's a really fun time. I'll be back on Thursday with a new guest, which I need to start announcing earlier, but I'll announce to you guys, is Rob Lint from Vision Miner. So we'll talk about some stuff of how he got into things, and maybe talk a little bit about the secret formula and the nanopolymer adhesive that many, including myself, swear by. And then real quick, we're going to raid out. So you guys have a good night.